Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, come back at you with my last video of the year, and it's gonna be a Black Friday pickup. I got this stack right here. So, if you wanna know what I got, you know what to do. Hop on that train, take a journey with me. Alright, so we're back, and like I said, this is gonna be my last video of the year. Just want to thank everybody that tuned in this year, all the new subscribers that I was able to get. And, I just appreciate everybody who takes any kind of time to stop by and just watch me, unbox crap, right? It was a long year. It was a trying year. And, I'm grateful for everything that I got this year. And, I don't take anything for granted. And, I just wanted to, like I said, thank everybody who tuned in. And so this is going to be my Black Friday pickup. I know it's a little late, but again, family, work, the holiday season has been a little crazy. It's the only time I really had to kind of sit down and go over the books I was able to pick up. I don't have any store footage just because a lot of times when I went to these stores, I didn't have a lot of time. So I kind of just went in, boom, looked around, grabbed some stuff, and had to get out of there. So went to two stores. They were both having Black Friday sales. The first store that I'm going to show is this guy right here. So if you can see that, it's Jeremiah Antiques and Collectibles. It's in Putnam, Connecticut. You might have heard of this place before. I know Mike from Lunch Money Comics goes there all the time. He puts out some great videos of that place and all the pickups that he's been able to pick up from there. These are just some of the ones that I was able to pick up when I was there. They did have their Black Friday sale, and it was a nice 50% off basically everything in the store. I believe anything that was under a certain value, it was 50% off. And that's what I love to do. I love digging through back issues and dollar bins and stuff like that. So these are the books that I was able to pick up. And so let's go over to the Comic Cam, and the first book that I was able to get. And so this is Jeremiah's Antiques Collectibles, but the actual comic shop that's there is J&S Collectibles. So definitely go check them out on Facebook, on Instagram. They do a lot of live sales. They're usually in a lot of any of the shows that are around, local shows. They're always there, always have great books and great prices. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, definitely go check out their spot over there in Jeremiah's in Putnam, Connecticut. Always put out new books, and you never know what you're going to find. So, again, all these books that I'm showing you are all half off. All right, so the first book up is this one right here. That is The Huntress #1. And this is the first appearance of Helena Bertinelli. She is, I believe, like a crime boss's like daughter, and she becomes a huntress. Later on, I believe she becomes like Batgirl, stuff like that. But this is the first time. This is her first appearance, and the first time she is huntress. 250. Yeah, I'll scoop that up. And it's in pretty good condition. These are in no particular order, so it's not like, oh, my best pickups to last. I just however they went. This one is Invincible Iron Man #149. This is just an awesome Doctor Doom cover. I've been trying to pick up Doom covers here and there whenever I get a chance to and whenever it's affordable. And this one was $7.50. So this is the first part of the Doom Quest. It was a 2-issue series, so it was $149 and $150, which I don't have. Definitely have to get that. And this is kind of like that first time where like Doom and Tony Stark kind of like see their similarities in each other, and it's a great read if you ever had a chance to take a look at it. Either buy it or Marvel Unlimited or something like that. But definitely a cool read, and happy to have this one in the PC. Next, we have Batgirl #1 from the New 52. So this is an awesome Adam Hughes cover. I believe there's like a second print, maybe even a third to it. It's like a red background and stuff like that. But this is the first print, And this is also the return of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. She was formerly Oracle, and I believe this is also the first appearance of the Mirror. So, nice little first appearance. And there's also another first appearance of um, Alicia Yo. Hopefully, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but it's a transgender woman of Singaporean descent. So, thought that was pretty cool. Little you don't see characters of that nature very often, so it's cool to see that representation in comics. So, thought it was pretty cool. And again, for 250, gonna snag first appearances all day. Next, we have this guy right here, and that is Captain America 359. This is the first cameo appearance of Crossbone. Sorry, he's kind of like lurking in the shadows and stuff like that. 360 first full appearance, which I believe I do have already. So to have the little cameo and for $1, why not? Next was this guy right here, and this is Batman and Robin Adventures Annual #1, and this is like the continuation of the Phantom, or Mask of the Phantom, or Phantasm. This is not his first appearance. I know some people think it is, but obviously this is the sequel. Mask of the Phantasm is the first appearance. But this is also another great book to pick up if you don't have the first one, which can get a little pricey. But got this one for $1, so yeah, happy to have that one. Next, we got one that was a little like hot for a time because there was some speculation on it, and it is this guy right here, and that is Hawkeye versus Deadpool #0, and this was all the rage when it was like the first like cameo appearance of like Spider-Gwen and like the Mighty Thor or Jane Foster as Thor. Believe it was kind of like two kids that were dressed in costume for Halloween, but it is the first like depiction of these characters in the universe, whether it's trick-or-treaters or not. It's showing them, right? So it's showing the characters, which means that they're in the universe, right? And this, I believe, came out a few weeks before those first appearances actually happened. So, pretty cool to have for $1.50. Better than paying the $50 or whatever craziness it was going on. So again, if you wait and you dig, you can always find some stuff. Next is Jessica Jones #1, and this is just from her solo series. This is just an awesome David Aja cover. Love his artwork. He's done some amazing art on like the Five Ronin and stuff like that, and he's just done some awesome covers. And yeah, for $5, why not? Just thought it's a cool variant, and I'm always into variants. So that was a pretty good pickup. Next, we have this guy right here, and that is the Mighty Thor 364, and this is the issue kind of I believe 363 might be the one where he's actually turned into a frog. In this issue, he's a frog the entire issue, and I think 365 is when he actually lifts like a piece of like Mjolnir, like a little shard, and then he becomes Frog Thor or whatever, or Throg. But I believe this is the first appearance of Puddle Gulp, something like that. So Simon Walterson, he's the guy who ends up becoming Throg. But again, when you could pick up any of these kind of like funny first appearances for $2.50, why not? It's nice to high grade, so I'll pick it up. I thought it was pretty funny. Next, we have the all new, all different Avengers #1. This is the variant cover, and I believe the first team appearance is in the there is a free comic book day and it's similar to this, but that's that first team appearance of these guys. But this also has a first appearance on it of it. It's the first appearance of Mr. Gryphon. I might be butchering that name. I'll try to put it there so you can see. Um, but it's a person who kind of runs Quang Enterprises, um, and you know, it's a version of Kang. So there was a lot of talk of this in the Loki series and stuff like that. There was kind of like that like Quang Enterprises was like somewhere in some building or something like that. So a lot of people were kind of like jumping on this, kind of spiked the price a little bit. But you know, when you get it for $1, who knows what's gonna happen with Kang in the future in the MCU? But thought it was pretty cool. I think this is also the debut of Iron Man's Model 52 suit or his armor, and I believe it transforms like a car or something like that. So yeah, thought it was pretty cool. And again, whenever you can scoop up first appearances for the cheap dollar or whatever, I'm gonna scoop them up. I thought this was a pretty cool find, and this one right here is Infinity Inc. 14, and this is the first published cover art by Todd McFarlane. So I thought it was pretty cool. I know, you know, there's like the Coyote Heat, 11 or 12 or whatever, something like that. I'm not sure if he did the entire cover or he just did a portion of the cover or he did the interiors on that. But I know this is his first published cover art. Is it published cover art for DC or is it just overall? But I thought this was a pretty cool pickup, and for $5, yeah, why not, man? It's Todd McFarlane. You got to pick it up, right? So I thought that was a pretty good find. And next we have this one right here, and that is Birds of Prey, Black Canary and Oracle. This is the first team appearance. Excuse me. First team appearance of the Birds of Prey. There is a another book, so like Showcase 96 number 3, I believe is like an unofficial like team appearance. They don't actually name themselves that. They're in it, but they're not an actual like team until this one, which is where they actually officially announced the team. So thought it was pretty cool. Always been on the lookout for this book. Didn't feel like paying too high prices on it because it's just, you know, not one of those bigger keys, but thought it was pretty cool. And for $5, yeah. When you're looking for those, you know, these random books that you want, but don't feel like paying eBay prices, and you just kind of do some digging, and hey, you find, you know, sometimes you get lucky. This next one I thought was pretty cool too, and this is, you guys might know this one, and that is Star Slayer number 2, and you guys might know this. This is the first appearance and origin of the Rocketeer. Some nice Dave Stevens art in the back or inside, and I believe the cover art is Mike Grell. I thought it was pretty cool. I believe this one had a price of like $12, so I got it for like $6. You know, first Rocketeer. Who knows when you know, Disney might put him back out or something like that. I know there was talks of putting the show back out or reintroducing him, and you know, this is just a good book to have when that actually happens, right? I know a lot of people love the Rocketeer, and you know, this was in pretty good condition. So for $6, yeah. Next, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 666, and it is a variant cover. It is the Midtown Comics exclusive. Nothing too particular on this. There's no key issues or anything other than it's just a cool variant cover. And you know, whenever I can pick up some of these cool variant covers, especially, you know, Agent Venom and stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. Why not? I think this was like either $12 or $15, so I think I got it for either $6 or $7.50. You know, I'm okay with that. It's a cool Greg Land cover. This next one is pretty cool, and that is Punisher number 219, and this is the Phoenix variant cover, but this is also the first full appearance of the Punisher in the War Machine armor. So thought this was pretty cool. I think this was like in the back issue for $5 or something like that, maybe even cheaper. But yeah, I mean, you could look this up on eBay and see that it's not $5 or $2 or whatever I got. So definitely happy to scoop this up. And who knows, what's gonna happen if he ever gets the War Machine in the MCU. Who knows, right? But I thought it was pretty cool. And next, thought this was pretty cool. This is Daredevil number 15, and this is an 1 in 25 ratio variant, covered by Lee Bermejo. Awesome, just a gorgeous cover. But it's actually also a first appearance of Father Jordan. He's later to like be revealed as like some kind of he is some kind of like exorcist. I haven't read this particular run of Daredevil, but thought it was a really cool cover. I like Lee Bermejo and Bermejo. Sorry. But thought it was pretty cool, and for a first appearance, I think this was one of the more expensive ones. It was probably like $20, I think, but I got it for 10, so less than ratio. Yeah. Next, we have this guy right here, and that is Batman 489. But this is the second print. As you can see up there, has the little 2, Roman numeral 2 right there. So this is the second print. This is also the second appearance of Bane. And this is where Azrael actually takes the mantle of Batman. So, and then I think this is either the start or right after this is like the beginning of Nightfall, which was a pretty big series in the Batman mythology. So that was pretty cool. And I think this one was like $2. So I got it for $1. Yeah, take that for a second appearance. And the last book I was able to pick up was this one right here, and that is Amazing Spider-Man number 12. This is from like the Spider-Verse tie-in when all that was going on. It was a very big thing in Marvel when this came out. Obviously, we know Edge of Spider-Verse issue 2 had first Spider-Gwen in it. But this is like the first appearance of Leo Pardon in comics. So it's basically like a giant robot that was operated by Spider-Man, and he originated in like the live-action 70s Japanese television show, but he's actually in the comics here. This is also the second appearance, cameo appearance of Web Slinger. And I believe it's a partial cover appearance of Spider-Punk. He's kind of like in the corner there. You can kind of see him. So that was pretty cool. Bunch of first appearances in it, and I think this one was like $3 or something like that. So got it for $1.50. Whenever you can get a bunch of like first appearances of Spider characters, why not, right? Obviously, with the next Spider-Man movie coming out, who knows who's gonna be in it? And the Sony Miles Morales one, sorry. But yeah, and so thought this was pretty cool. I believe like all of these books together. I don't know, I paid like $50 or 40 something dollars or whatever. I didn't pay much for them, so thought that was a pretty good deal. Got a lot of nice key issue first appearances in it, so I'm happy with that. Anytime you could get some nice key first appearances, you're gonna scoop them up on the cheap all day. And the last store I was able to go to was That's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts. They are my local shop. I go there very frequently. I usually, so my birthday is around like Thanksgiving time, and I usually tend to get gift certificates from there for my family, and I usually wait to use it because I know around this time is when they start doing their sales for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Christmas and stuff like that. So I usually wait, try to get that 20%, then use it to kind of bundle the savings. So with that being said, here are some of the books that I was able to pick up. And That's Entertainment sale. Anything under $300 was 20% off. Anything over $300 was 15% off. So all these books were 20% off. Plus I had a gift certificate which made it even cheaper. And you will see why. So I was like $100 gift certificate and knocked off a pretty good penny of these. So out of pocket, I didn't pay much at all. So the first book up is this one right here. And I know you guys are wondering, why would I get a random Superior Spider-Man number 7? Well, this is the first cover appearance of that little guy right there, Jeff the Land Shark. So I know there's a lot of, hoopla and craziness and what's his first cover appearance and what's his first appearance and what's this. And obviously, we know West Coast Avengers number 7 is his first appearance in comics. He doesn't actually appear on the cover. He's inside. There's a Deadpool number 10, which I believe he's on the cover, but that's not his first cover appearance. That's just the first time he actually bonds with the symbiote. This is actually his first cover appearance. So if you're looking for Jeff the Land Shark's first cover appearance, because I know he's blowing up right now, this is it right here. So $3.99, 20% off, gonna snag that. And lo and behold, if 1 is good, 2 is better. So there was 2 in there, so I snagged them both. So definitely gonna do that. So next we have this guy right here, and this is the Mighty Thor number 1. This is the second print variant, and this is also the first appearance of Praetor, could be butchering that. He's a human pastor who volunteered to become the Herald of Galactus. So again, who knows what's going to happen with the Fantastic Four movie, with Galactus coming out, who's going to be his herald, who isn't. And, you take a shot at some of these other, like, low-key, obscure heralds, because, they were saying that Silver Surfer might not be the first herald. He, might have his own little kind of show first on Disney Plus, and then he might, be come to the big screen. So why not take a chance on someone like these smaller characters? So you take a chance. And if you miss, no big deal, because it wasn't, you didn't pay too much. Next, I thought these were pretty cool. I'm not a big Star Wars guy like that as far as the comic books go. I enjoy the movies and stuff like that, but as far as like the lore goes and everything, I don't go too deep into it. But I do know certain books when I see them. And so when you go hunting, you just got to know these things. And this guy right here was a pretty cool one. So That's Entertainment has, they're very organized when it comes to their books, but they do have like certain sections where it's just, miscellaneous-esque, books and stuff like that. So they don't actually put them anywhere. Just they put a bunch of them there. And a lot of people don't really check those, right? They kind of go into just like, okay, I know I'm looking for this. It's under this title. I'm going to go look. I like to go looking in those because you never know what they put in there. This just happened to be in there. So we have Star Wars Thrawn number 1, $4.99, 20% off. Definitely happy to scoop this up. I know, obviously, that it's cooled down. Star Wars books tend to spike when the show's on and stuff like that, and then they kind of cool down. But this still commands a pretty good price. It's a popular character. The books and the shows are still around, so, it's nice to pick it up. But this is the origin of Thrawn and the first appearance of Eli Vento? Again, I could be butchering that. I'm going to try to put all those names and anything that I butcher up on the title so you can see it. But again, whenever you can scoop these up for less than eBay prices, yes. And I know That's Entertainment doesn't put, they just put it in bags and no boards. It's hit or miss, right? Because sometimes, they could get crushed or whatever. But I do like the fact that you can see the back as well. Because a lot of times, you'll get a book, the front looks nice, you can't see the back, and when you take it out, then there's all types of color rub and all types of crap. Where at least this one, you can see it. Again, there's a chance that you might get a crease or something like that because of the book, but if it's not color breaking, you always have a chance to press it out. So, it's a toss-up, right? These were awesome. Again, just sitting in the back issue bin in that miscellaneous S. And it's this guy right here. We have Star Wars Darth Maul number 2. And this is the first appearance of Cad Bane. We all know, he's the bounty hunter. He was in the show. A lot of people like this character. They thought maybe they could have done a little more with him. But, again, some of these characters are kind of they transcend like the show and stuff like that. So their books still tend to command a little money. But $3.99 for a first appearance of a pretty popular character. I'm gonna snatch this up all day. I believe there's also a couple more first appearances. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce those names, so I'm just gonna put those there. So thought that was pretty cool, and this was also in there, and it's Star Wars Darth Maul #3, and he's right there. So it's his first cover appearance. Sticker price is kind of blocking his face, but he's there. But yeah, so issue 2 and 3 were there. Honestly, I think the entire run was there. I think this is like a 5 or 6 issue run, and they were all in there. And issue 1 was like the most expensive one. I think they had it for like $10, which issue 1 is actually not really worth that much. It's issue 2 and 3 that are worth the most. Will I go back and maybe get the entire run? Who knows? But I was happy to scoop both of these up, so definitely happy to have that. Next, we have Star Wars Darth Vader #4, and this is the second appearance of Dr. Aphra. So I know her first appearance has like plummeted, and I know you can get it for a pretty good price now if you want it. But when it was taken off, this was a good book to have. If you couldn't get her first appearance, this is a good one to get her second appearance. It's also the second appearance of Black Chrysanthemum. Again, could be butchering that. I'm awful with Star Wars names, but yeah, thought this was pretty cool. There's also some more first appearances and deaths and stuff in this book. So again, when you could pick up first appearances and deaths and stuff like that on the cheap, definitely scoop them up. So happy to have that. Next, we have Star Wars Darth Vader #5, and I believe this is some more first appearances of Ailyn Astri. Again, could be butchering all these names, but there's a bunch of first appearances, and I am going to list them right there. All right, because again, I'm gonna butcher all these names, but whenever you can find first appearances, I know Star Wars always has a bunch of first appearances, but this Darth Vader run was pretty good, and a lot of people enjoyed it, and also this next one. So we got right there, Star Wars Darth Vader #14, and again, this is another first appearance of Valera, so Force sensitive human, and there's also a cameo appearance of Ahsoka Tano, sorry. So I guess she's in like one panel, but she's kind of a little obscured. Her face is kind of obscured. But, if you can't afford, still, the prices have come down on her first appearance. But if you can't afford that book and you're looking for at least a cameo or something, there you go, right? Find it on the cheap. Just do some digging. Next is just another variant cover that you buy on the cheap, so maybe you can like resell to get other things. I know some people are into these covers, and that is Van Helsing. It's a cover gallery, February 2017. I believe there was like 3 covers to this, and I don't collect Zenescope books, but I know there is a market for them. And whenever you can find some of these like variant covers, because Zenescope doesn't really like mass produce a lot of their books. They're a relatively smaller market, or publisher. Whenever you can find these like more obscure variants, I scoop them up on the cheap. And again, if I can clean it, press it if it needs it, and move it on to get something else, I'm gonna do that. So thought that was pretty cool. Next was a nice little run of Justice League, and this first one up is Justice League #30, and this is another cameo appearance, if you will, of Jessica Cruz. She's like on one panel. There's like that debatable, like, oh, is it a cameo? Is it first appearance? I don't know. There's a bunch of them here. I'm gonna scoop it up on the cheap. Who knows what's gonna happen with James Gunn and the Justice League, or sorry, like the Green Lantern show. Who knows how many lanterns are gonna be in it? Maybe she's one of them. Who knows, right? But thought it was pretty cool, and get it on the cheap. Why not? Next is this guy right there, and that is Justice League number 31. And this is the full appearance, first full appearance of Jessica Cruz, and she's kind of chosen to be, the new Power Ring. She gets chosen in this one, so thought it was pretty cool. Again, it was $14.99, but I had the discount plus some extra discounts on top of that, so happy to snag that. Next, we have Justice League number 41, and this is the first appearance of Marion Black. So she's the mother of Grail. It's the second appearance of Grail. I believe the first appearance is issue 40. Is the first appearance of Grail, or there's some controversy with that too. I think there's like a free comic book day that might also be her first appearance of Grail. I don't know, but thought this was pretty cool. First appearance, gonna snag it. And the last Justice League book I was able to get is this guy right here, and that is Justice League number 50. And this is the issue where Jessica Cruz becomes a Green Lantern. This is also the death of Marion Black, Mother of Grail. She dies in this one. It's also the first appearance of Jason, Wonder Woman's brother. So a lot of things going on in this one. I believe there's also there's a reveal that the Three Jokers is in this as well, or something like that. So a lot of first appearances in here, a lot of craziness going on. So I scoop up first appearances when I can. All right, and the last big book that I was able to pick up at That's Entertainment, 20% off sale, and was able to scoop up this guy right here, and that is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. But this is the second print, so it's down here, second print, and it has the blue border. And this is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy as, says Spider-Woman, but Spider-Gwen, whatever you want to call her. But thought this was pretty cool. They had it for a price tag of $100, 20% off. It was $80. Like I said, I had the gift card or the gift certificate. Used that. Basically got this for free, and then used the rest of it to pay off the other books. So out of pocket, not much came out of pocket. $30, something like that for all these books. So yeah, a grand total maybe of $80 out of pocket, but I got 30 plus books or something like that. So you break it down, didn't pay much per book, right? So definitely happy to have that. A lot of first appearances all over the place. This book in particular, obviously you know who it is. There's also the first appearance of M.J. Watson. So this is Earth 65. First appearance of the team appearance of the Mary Janes. So definitely pretty cool. Happy to have it. I know I had a first print before. I sold it during kind of like the height of everything. I know her first appearance has come down a lot as well. So maybe I'll pick up a first print when I can. But like I said, thought it was on the cheap. It's pretty good condition. It's like maybe one spine tick or something like that around here in the black. But when you get it for basically a couple bucks, I think it's worth it. So that was it. That was my haul. That was my Black Friday haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the books, and looking forward to next year and seeing what else I can pick up. I don't really do like wish lists or anything like that, or goal lists, just because my goals change all the time. I see books that I want, see books that I don't want. I know there's bigger books that I have in mind that I'm going to try to like save for and stuff like that, but sometimes it gets a little hard because some other little books on the side occupy my time. But when I can, I'm going to try to pick up some bigger books next year. But yeah, that was it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the books that I showed. Again, thanks for stopping by and just throughout the year. And hopefully you enjoyed the books that I was showing, and hopefully next year I can get to show you some more books, and hopefully more field videos and stuff like that, and not just unboxings, but some other things that I might have in mind. All right, so stay tuned for that, and until next time, see you next year. Talk to you later, guys. Peace.